well, talking about how,
Okay, let's get into it. Just for the heads up for people that sub, I'm pretty much just going to be focusing on the game, so I'll try and catch them after. K-Corp on defense, FPX on attack. Let's see what we got.
It's Valorant. Anyone can lose. Here we go then, into the pistol round, and Karmine Corp had 3 players up towards A. Anticipating this space control perhaps, but FPX are not committed with it.
Straight up.
Quite flash to clear with the dizzy
Bit of pressure over towards A. No game sound. I imagine they'll change that in a sec.
Using that in the responsive, but there's no go button pressed here for FPX.
Dude, is he jump spotting? I'm pretty sure he was jump spotting. They got close door or heard the timing. And this, in reaction, is not going to end well.
He's got the heal online, but Martin returns with the kill.
40 HP though.
Didn't buy
and we have the wall to cover this up. Dude, what a weird wall.
That means there's going to be no wall placed down over towards B. So Karmine Corp are going to have opportunities to try to deny this plant, though they are players down.
That's true with the paranoia here.
Dude, the in-game sound is crazy quiet.
Sight lines blocked off.
Now look at this. The Omen smokes are lovely for them to take more aggressive positions.
Yeah, this is nice from them.
Karmine Corp all up towards kitchen, doubled up here, but just
ends up walking into the crossfire though because of spawn. Yeah, they kind of overstepped if anything. Like I like this on some of the other rounds, but a 4v3, do you really need to do this, especially when we have mollies? They're just trying to fight and kill the Sage, but they end up just going into a perfect crossfire, and we just wall defuse. Yeah, I get the idea, but maybe they should have prioritized somewhere else. They ended up just going into like this crossfire. Right, 3 positions. So, but the reason they're going aggro is because they know that everyone plays wall on retake. Yeah, look at it.
And this is where you might start to see the cracks in FPX, because they've talked about the fact that the language barrier has been an issue for them, a really big one in the past. Berlin said in the press conference he's having to...
Dude, I feel like that about most of the Chinese teams I watch. Like their mid-rounding is... the mid-rounding on most of the Chinese teams are just where they like really lack.
And it was an unusual position anyway for Magnum.
We saw it with JDG when I was watching yesterday.
The pistol round secured, deep Omen smoke. Magnum has to body check a lot of this space.
Because they got a plant, they get a sheriff out.
Clears out towards mid, knowing that nobody's lurking.
And those lurks are going to be a pretty important part of how
FPX I can up the in-game sound, right? It looks pretty low.
From Lysor and Berlin need to be dealt with. And sometimes that's going to require face checking, and when there's opponents hiding inside smokes, that's a great way for teams to get upset wins.
Yeah, here we go. Offload into util here with a dizzy. Player's not been pushed off from the backwards positions though, out towards the back and aside. It's a nasty and messy spray. No kills collected there, but only just for life here with the heal online. But now reinforcements are here, finally arriving. Multitudes of targets to pick from, but really Karmine Corp coming up green.
Any extra damage? No, just 2, I mean maybe 3 armor rebuys to be honest. 3 armor rebuys, 1 gun rebuy, that's not too bad. They picked up everything as well in terms of the main guns. Not bad at all.
Looking a little labored there from the right early on.
Yeah, it does look a little bit weird quality-wise.
First round where they can do some serious damage after the pistol.
Okay. I'll put the sound up a little bit more as well, should be a bit better.
KC, who have 3 Bulldogs online as well. Clear weaponry advantage for FPX, especially down these longer...
This is obviously the gun that went down, and it's looking decent though. This is a good bonus.
At the start of this round.
Anything fast on this one? This is not a good sign. This is definitely not a good sign where we kind of just dropping the spike over towards here. In terms of weaknesses that FPX comp does, it is a little bit hard to plant over towards B for sure. So maybe we're going to see some priority of Snowman already, starting to see it very early on. Right, we got no Sage, we got no Harbor to actually make sure it's an easy plant. It's a lot of time it's just sending Wingman in. So that's pretty much what we're doing. We've got mollies to stop the original plant, mollies to stop the backup plant that they've been doing in their games, I imagine, because that's what most people are doing with Gecko in terms of this being a backup plant. And yeah, in terms of K-Corp, you can already see they're just prioritizing things that prioritizing the things that the other comp struggles at in terms of planting.
Berlin with nobody there to try to support.
Yeah, and Berlin, for people that haven't watched FPX, Berlin is just Chinese Angel. Like, he's a lunatic, especially when he plays Omen.
As FPX come back in here, they're going to have to use these flashes, the Dizzy, just to try to figure out where those players on defensive A would have gone.
Like, he's so nuts.
FPX players are going. Now it really does feel like it's going to be landing into an A hit. Shin.
It's a great timing on the wall.
Yeah, I mean, for the precisely right moment in the raid. Flash over the top. It's going to be going straight through the gap at the top there. Good connection.
Damn. Speaking of lunatics, what the? Walking through the slow. Insane. 11 HP, 45 HP. Reyna, I was gonna say, if you gotta pop your ult here when you're so low. That's a big kill though. Oh boy, he goes for the kill, maybe. Damn, bro. Yeah, really bold on that one. Nicely played from Tamazi.
Making a difference there.
Yeah, I just thought that he was going to get swung on no matter what, so made the bold play. Doesn't pay off.
The spray from Martin was really labored, a little similar to Narrate when we saw him with the Bulldog in round 2.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, Life had a chance to win that there in that duel.
Without Life being able to get the kill. Life whiffing on the spray means that Autumn goes down. And Life unable to
crowd? No, I think the mic just isn't. The mic just isn't like in the crowd enough. Oh, the in-game sound's been turned up though. That's good.
A tragedy for FPX early on.
A nice Gecko. Busy though. At least easy to retrieve. Fish. Oh, so they pick up Fish Ult into this round, which suggests that they want to use it into this round. Again, we're prioritizing Snowman, right? We can't plant over towards the site. Same setup over towards B. FPX need to pretty much prove that they can plant B, because a lot of the time this is going to work really, really well. Let's see how they can get the plant done. Ollie goes off, both at the same time. Dude, it's weird that Omen has the spike and not the Gecko, but I guess it's because we had no wingman for this. That's actually pretty good. They managed to get the plant down. No one dies.
A lot of focus being put on that angle.
That's like the hardest point for them to do, and they've actually taken control.
A weak spot, perhaps.
We still have Shin's wall, so we need to pay attention to Shin's wall in terms of them creating chaos. Wall goes in into the defuse. Oh, they killed the MVP in terms of Shin. This is actually so on.
He was dropping down, but not enough bullets in a clip to really finish him off. 3v3 shots. Life regaining the advantage potentially there. It's traded back and forth. It's Narrate versus Ian.
Damn, Narrate, man.
Comes up with the goods. Rifle in his hands to get the job
really
done.
nicely done from him.
And plenty of time left on the clock too. That one had danger.
That one was close. Yeah, as soon as Shin goes down, that round is like flipped and fully on for sure.
Still managed to forge their way up to 4. FPX deciding not to invest Ayoung's ultimate into that round, where perhaps it could have made the difference. It did end up being fairly close. Frankly, if Autumn even gets that kill, the round is looking really dodgy.
Yeah, technically a 1v2 from him.
I gotta say, while Karmine Corp are up 4-0 here, this is not the same level of clinical play that we saw from them in EMEA when they were making that run. There's a lot of conversation about.
I mean, it's just it's a 1v1, 1v2 at the moment. I don't think that the rounds from FPX are too bad. I don't think they're too much to worry about. The fact that they got the plant down towards B is a good sign as well.
Are people going to adapt to the stage quickly? If you have some nerves,
but sometimes what this map is.
It feels like it's a little touch and go at the moment for Karmine Corp, but enough to be able to get them over the line in these rounds. And similar nerves on the other side for FPX. You got to remember, FPX are a team. This is their 3rd time getting to a global event. They've only ever been able to take one map at a global event before, and that was against the old Karmine Corp when they played first time at Lock-In. It was a 2-1 victory in favor of Karmine Corp, and that was the old, Melons lineup. That wasn't the. That wasn't the Madrid clean, clinical Karmine Corp that we've come to expect after their running kickoff.
It's well-honed squad, and to just touch on.
Okay, what do we change up?
Maybe not an experience rearing its
Viper's util maybe. I mean, we're doing a Viper wall over towards A.
They are, yeah.
The teams that don't use Viper wall over towards B kill me. I did say yesterday in a
has been very consistent so far on the defense side for his team.
The VOD review that
so we get to see another rifle
EMEA and America's teams just seem so much further ahead on ICEBOX. I don't know what the actual head-to-heads are. Maybe we can run it this year, but when I'm watching Pacific and China teams on this map, I just feel like they don't have a good understanding of the map sometimes when I watch them, especially on the defense side.
Below, but I don't believe they caught any whiff of the jet stuck in that corner.
And a lot of it is down to like Viper util. Like right now this is a nightmare. But I think this is the right call. If we're not using the wall over towards B and we're still getting the plant for sure, I think it's okay to invest walls like this. A-Corp is still doing good in terms of heavy prioritization of Snowman.
Contact reclear, is that what's going to be called here?
Zeta,
So
yeah,
it looks
that's
like
a
the same kind
good
of
example
B
of that.
end with that double omen smoke setup that we've seen from FPX in a few rounds so far.
And K-Corp with the wall down, they're just heavy leaning and
Unfortunate
what?
for life there. He will fall
And
just through the smoke as it was propped up. Bloomed and blossomed, but FPX keen to still play this one.
they still get a plant, and we still need to focus on Shin, right? Shin is the MVP. This is why they fight over towards the site, because they realize that they have to kill the Sage. No way he dodged it, but he actually got hit still. Dude, the area of effect of that is insane, isn't it? Circle's giant.
Being swarmed and approached from every possible angle. I saw, realizing now that really has to give it up.
Yeah, and their retakes are looking strong because FPX are like maybe fearing the Sage too much, so it looks pretty unconvincing over towards B. I mean, everything over towards B is looking a little bit unconvincing, to be honest. They're trying to fight over towards site because of the Sage, but it just doesn't. It seems a little disconnected, whereas I think maybe they can kind of play yellow, play a bit further back, and just actually just... I mean, it's a bit unlucky to get the first kill, but I think they need to play more in terms of just someone actually flanking. Someone play like late middle.
FPX are finding it difficult here to force the fights. One of the big powers of their composition is the ability to
K-Corp? Oh, I mean, K-Corp are just so fine at just letting them take B. It's like, there's two ways of playing Sage, right, essentially. Sage, you either like block and you can kind of just fight and then you can heavier rotate with the Sage wall, or you just keep the Sage wall to retake. And so far they're just playing Sage wall for retake. And with this comp as well, especially now we have the addition of Gecko, like it's a lot easier to retake.
You know, most teams, even the great ones, are only converting something like, you know, a third of their retakes. But these teams at this event,
so are they going to actually take a little bit like further map control, or are we going to play farther behind? This is kind of nice though. Big question mark created over towards here. We look at K-Corp's comp, they can't really clear question marks too much, right? They got a Dizzy and then you're going to lose the Dizzy. So this question mark of them clearing over towards B, that's a good sign. That's like a hard question mark that's pretty much going to stay here the whole time. And as we can see, rotate-wise, it's done a lot. Yeah, this is looking by far, and I think honestly, FPX can do this all the time. I wonder if K-Corp, they could, after this round, depending on how it goes, they could be tempted to do a timeout. I think they need to maybe fight B a little bit heavier, especially as the wall is over towards A. I would be so fine with a timeout after this round.
From even going for that. They can't go for the plan. Time. They have to fight this one. FPX have to make a call to do so, but now detainment. It's going to be happening anytime soon. This is a round basically done and dusted.
Interesting. They went for the wall for the res instead of after plant. Oh wait, okay, sorry, dude. I was so sure that the spike went down here. They actually owned it. The kill of the plant is just everything here. Maybe 4 a bit too heavy. Yeah, the timing of the Killjoy was just so much.
In terms of the ultimates that they have available, it's very clear that lockdown is
and FPX are struggling heavy. Did they just stop? I felt like he needed to commit in heaven to the plant here.
And I think we're just expecting to get the plant for free. They're thinking, all right, KC, they've been playing retake this entire time.
We go for it here.
They're just going to use lockdown. We're going to be able to play the plant. And
go for it here. We got the kill, and then we went for extra kills.
The overall game plan of Corp.
They literally had to commit with the Killjoy ult down. Yeah, they're messing up heavy. Is this their second timeout? Double timeout already? Holy, this is their map pick as well. But it does kind of back up the fact that I said that I swear Chinese teams and Pacific teams are just way further behind on their understanding of ICEBOX. Yeah, they're both done, both their timeouts.
This in the context of FPX trying to get this revenge.
Like, this was their best round that they did, though. Like, by far their best round that they did.
A potential good beginning to Madrid. This is a disaster. They had their chances early on in some of these rounds, but the later that this is going, the less and less chance it looks like they're getting.
The drops, dude, are the drops actually working, chat, or not? Has anyone got a...
Down 0-6
then I've got a notification if the drops are working.
If they don't end up winning this rifle round that we're about to watch.
Not working? Okay, I'll look into it and I'll message.
I mean, they are quite literally running their
They're not
heads
working on the
into
mainstream
a
either?
brick
Oh,
blue
okay, well
wall
then.
right now. They cannot find a way through.
Then we'll find out what's going on.
You can see
Fine, I'll message someone and see what's happened.
Like I was saying before, they weren't playing anybody up close towards B. They've got Martin with an op now. He's playing in this spot.
Okay, so double timeout. We still have the wall over towards A. K-Corp used, and this is the problem as well. You know this last round that happened? I said I would be fine with K-Corp calling a timeout because I think doing stuff like this and punishing them getting out towards B is going to work as well. So I just think that K-Corp probably get a free timeout there as well in terms of what just happened. With the wall being committed over towards A, it should be harder for this team to get out towards B. So I like the change up of K-Corp. Instead of playing far back, which they have been playing far back, they decide to get an AWP and try and punish the fact that they're using no wall over towards B. The K-Corp at the moment are just a step ahead every single time we watch them. Especially if we include the last round with the ult.
One step ahead. Like you said, still
3 people on site, Killjoy mollies.
Didn't end up using it to escape.
A lot of flashes that he has to dodge here, though. Leah, Dizzy, both broken. Narrate with a pick.
I mean, Narrate just back towards rafters there. Dizzy.
Yeah, that's nice to get numbers as well, throwing that up. And this is what we were talking about in terms of Sage Wall, right? You do the Sage Wall to delay. The Sage Wall now means that they have to go right side of sight. The Sage Wall, 2 ways of playing it. You either use it like this to kind of funnel them in or get information, or use it for the retake. And they are deciding to fight heavy over towards the site, and Narate is popping, bro. What the?
The scoreline we're looking like
going big, and he's going big on the buy rounds.
Right now, and you're truly seeing it. I mean, we said on paper it was going to look like one of our more one-sided matchups, but Carmen Corp, in almost just every element of the game right now, they're ahead of it.
And they're destroying them.
Yeah, guys playing aim labs.
Said on the desk, trying to break the Leah and the Dizzy in one go. Narate's like, yeah, bet. Just rinses them both before FPX can use them to get into the site, and then swings around for 4 kills afterwards. FPX are getting pasted.
Yeah, they really are. And this op over towards B is just going to work again. He gets another chance at this. Ops the dash goes forward. Lovely from him. Any smoke to get out? Damn, they had a chance to get him there as well. But yeah, I mean, K-Corp are just playing perfect. It's like literally textbook. The first way of playing is insanely perfect in terms of the comp, and you just want to play Snowman heavy, stop the plant, stage wall to retake. Now the change up is they see the wall just committed every single time over towards A or middle. It's just so good. Like they just then decide that we need to start punishing over towards B. They're not using the wall here anymore. Well, I say anymore, they haven't been using the wall here at all. That we can just punish the fact that they're taking A. And, sorry, taking over towards B. Might be a little bit committed here. Oh my god.
Will shut down a counterpart. Done, but no kill.
Look at the rotate though. Everyone is here. Narate has his ult from heaven.
They really don't have any options or tools, but there we go. That's a huge one. Yeah,
no Sage Wall as well.
Drop down, Odin picks it up. Acquiring that upgrade. Now we can really just see if he can.
Cheb, thank you so much for the 2 months, bro. Appreciate it.
For FPX. Question is now, how do Carmen Corp approach it?
The mollies, molly slow combo, flash. Wait, there's a lot of util for this. Hey, nicely done from FPX in the end. They managed to get on the board, and you would maybe argue that Martin was a bit too aggro. Yeah, it kind of came down to the Martin Autumn duel. And in my eyes there, like Martin doesn't need to make this play. Like he's got the advantage at the beginning, he should just go top side. That's it.
And FPX are finally able to capitalize and bring around to themselves. Can they work this into a little bit of momentum and make it less of a one-sided matchup?
Not crazy convincing. The only way they win is because we did a little bit of a mess up in terms of going aggro. Extra aggro. The original aggro was good.
Berlin has the operator.
We got to pay attention to this because it's going to be a 1-9 loss bonus if they lose, but this can be a drop and this can kind of be a drop. So
now an attempt for them to try and get themselves into the side wall, definitely impeding them. Dash to the top here. Dizzy.
Look at the util. There is so much here. Dubro gets the plant on the go. We need to keep an eye on the flank. They are fully locked in. No one watching the flank. Viper ult goes in. It's one of the good Viper ults where you can kind of stick towards the back of sight here and stay a bit
towards the back of the site, just really
nice, bro.
possible to clear this through.
Yeah, this was nice. I'm actually a fan of this fight pool. Gives you a place to play away, like play behind here, and you can just play safe towards full 10. This is cool.
Huge. Didn't even have to use all of the ultimates at their disposal.
Yeah, 2 in a row as well. Lots of people surviving. Their money is now back, and we just got to start looking at K-Corp's money.
FPX using the pit to be able to establish much more aggressive post-plant positions, put pressure on KC before they can get into retake spots.
What is Aang writing down every round? Just like loads of things that are happening. He's basically trying to, you know that we get the picture of the mini-map here? He's just trying to, he only sees his side of it, right? So he's just trying to kind of just write down what is going on and try and work out like what they're doing for their side of the mini-map. It'll be like wall over towards here, what's working, did we fight here, do we, like what can we do and what is working for them? Basically just trying to work out like their side of the mini-map. And it will be keeping count of like what they're doing and is working.
From these extremely aggressive positions. He's the danger in the round. The rest of KC mostly playing for a little bit of plant pressure and then the retake. Martin's been the dice
and this is good again from K-Corp. We're kind of going back to the original plan now of playing towards Snowman, letting the plant and then just playing the retake.
Smokes to get himself into the deeper angle. Autumn, he's here this time. Not using that second smoke to block off this one. Autumn, he's got the operator. Aiming to lock this one down. 2 potential positions. Shin, he's taking out Berlin. Now
Autumn might feel confident to just play a little bit closer. Okay, Shin again is the MVP at the moment. We got Official.
It's a bit of a freebie there, actually.
So this is interesting. So they have like a little set protocol when they're retaking this. They do like Wingman that goes out, and then he can pick him up, and then he can do his molly into the corner, and then they have the time to wall, and then by that time Wingman's back up. The retake is very nice. Nice shots though, very nice. But we said this about FPX, right? That maybe they can fall a little bit further back instead of trying to play heavy over towards the site. This is nice adjustment from them. It's different than the K-Corp retake's pretty good. You're going to see a timeout now, and I'm pretty sure Aang is just going to tell them just to fight heavier over towards B main again. Like they shouldn't be getting B main for free, and then I think it will be just a factor of once they got the kill, just you don't need to play too aggro, you can fall back. No timeout? I'm surprised there's no timeout here. That's interesting. Maybe he heard the call and it was a right call. That can sometimes happen as well. Because they are fighting over towards B, so it might have been one of those things where he was wanting to tell them to fight over towards B and he hears, oh, that's unlucky. He hears Magnum call the right thing.
Close, and there it is actually, that bouncing into that wrong angle. Martin can't evacuate. Can he stand his ground? Can he hold it down? The answer is no.
Oh, so on this one.
Probably going to incentivize Narrate to try to make a play here instead of just playing for the player down retake. We get to see now, do they trust the system? Do they try to go for the hero play?
No wall down, should be a pretty hard retake, especially with that.
Tucking behind the box, out into the open though, has to just
wait, oh man, they were giving him jewels. Whoa! Oh my days, bro, that was so on. That was so on. Nicely done from FPX though, we got 4 in a row. Looking decent. Dude, I thought he was gonna hit that.
KC making a good job of it despite the fact that they were down players. But this opening player, Shin, swings to try to relieve pressure from Martin. Martin can't quite get enough
Do
kills.
we see a timeout now or not? 1 round.
Final round of the half here, and KC are going to be knocked down to 4 Bulldogs. There is a great chance that FPX get up to 5.
Still no timeout on this. I feel like they're kind of.
That's just
okay. Yeah, I think they would. I think he was tempted to do a timeout last round, but I think the calls actually in the last 2 rounds were kind of similar to what he was going to say anyway. Maybe he would have done a different approach, but same like macro of what he wanted to do in terms of fighting B.
Over towards A. Martin once again alone on A, tucking himself into these aggressive, unexpected positions. But generally, FPX have been able to.
And these knives are so weird. Dude, it looks like God of War or something.
Slow and somewhat ponderous though for FPX in the first 40 seconds of this round. Now they're making a commitment to deal with some of Magnum's utility in mid and create threats and pressure around.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's betrayal. And
yeah.
Sets up Autumn
a little bit of leg.
No possibility.
We played pretty aggro considering we had Sage res.
It's now being offloaded. Dash towards of Autumn. Top of the box, just spotting.
I understand it, and that is a nice reaction though, walking down towards middle. Yeah, he has Killjoy on now. And this isn't the best plant. Wait, this is going to be huge. They have used the wall though, so it's not going to be as good for what they're going to do. But really, Reina fights Sight. Bro, they're just fragging out on these. He has Dubro to... I mean, it's winnable.
From FPX, the positioning is going to be known and noted. Narrate. How do you hit that into the 1v1? Wingman, exactly the partner in crime that you'd want. At least taps out of position, trying to force Life out into the open, but it's a guessing game for Narrate entirely. Doesn't know where he is, and Life playing time.
5 in a row. What a comeback. 5 in a row.
Did FPX salvage that?
Can coaches talk in the break? Yes, coaches can talk right now.
We were all ready to talk about how it was playing out as expected on paper, and then FPX fire back with 5 in a row.
Yeah, this is very much on.
I feel like Ayang has just woken up.
Ayang is getting like 2 kills every time when he... I don't know if he should. I don't know if he should be getting him. Back at yellow, over towards Sight as well.
Let's send it down to the analyst desk to bring it down for the half.
Thank you very much,
Can I refresh my stream?
What a great
Sure.
That was a nice comeback from FPX. From Casey. Yeah, exactly. And it was a perfect example of what we were discussing, right? Those retakes coming in, the protocols being completely sharp up, coming in from Casey. I think that round 5 is a perfect example of it when we would see the exchange of the ultimates from Gecko, and they know exactly where to put the pressure and how to address everything that is going on in the map. By the
is it bitrate, Lexi, or is it just like
to be in. The follow-up from each
the
of
actual
players,
stream quality
clean,
itself?
But then after those 7 rounds, something changes in FPX. Maybe.
And for FPX, I think the adaptation was really good. In these post plants, once they got that spike down, once they got that space, they were using that second Dizzy refresh to fight forward and get space in these late rounds and really punish KC while they were still setting up, getting their util in hand. That's the X factor of this team. They will sometimes pull out these hyper-aggressive rounds where they stop you from setting up the way you want to play.
If you press the button to call it timeout mid-round, you're able to cancel. When we did it, no. But when we, well, it's been a while since I've coached, but at least when I did it, if you pressed it, that was like pretty much final. It's going to happen whenever the next possible chance is, like end of the round.
To disrupt that and just keep pushing a little bit more, that changes. Now, coming into their defense, as I said, it's very complicated to defend this.
You still can't cancel it? Okay, yeah, still can't cancel it. So it's pretty much final. You're in for the ride. Yeah, pretty much. Hello, by the way.
If KC wants to close this map out, they have the fans to do so. In this
Dragon Elm as well, thank you with the 16. Appreciate the prime.
Fans out on day 1, but every single KC fan feels like 10 of them.
Yeah, shout out to the Gentlemates fan as well.
How did K-Corp look so far? Still pretty good though. I felt like their way of playing this was decent. Like they definitely had the right approach, and I feel like the mid adjustments without a timeout was still pretty good as well. A lot of it came down to frags, but it's kind of ICEBOX in a nutshell, I guess.
And this is a team, and I mean, a reminder, I think this is an FPX.
It was 7-0, yeah, 7-0. And in the 7-0, it was like a 1v1 and a 1v2 as well. So it was like, even though it was 7-0, it was still relatively like close 7-0, if that makes sense. Like it could have swayed pretty heavy. This was 1v1. This was 1v2, I think.
And it looks like there might be a clash.
I think they were the right rounds. I think it was double buy round.
It's an unusual spot to fight over. Not too many teams trying to fight this area aggressively. But FPX have got a pistol round strat that involves them pushing down mid off the back of this pressure.
What is this wall?
Viper Wars.
They've actually abandoned it very early though, Brent.
Viper Wall close to play. Damn, bro. They decided to jump through the one-way. Lunatics. I like it though. I like their pistol. Wall up like this, and we have the one-way. Dude, I can't believe they forced through.
To the side, lovely peek, off with the dizzy.
Damn, this is kind of nice though, right? You think about this wall, right? You can up this wall, and you can play heavy over towards this area, right? And then when the wall goes down, you can just refresh the one way, and like they're talking about it now, they can constantly just kind of have some kind of vision block here.
I think it is a really nice idea.
Oh, I mean they got punished heavy. 3.
Perhaps doesn't quite drag it far enough
in terms of the pistols, 1-1. I've never seen this wall, but with the Omen, it makes a lot of sense. It's like it's just like cycling of vision block. Yeah, and they're just gonna do this the whole time. This is cool. And they're forcing through. It is the sneaker. Oh, I was gonna say there's some guns here. There are some guns to pick up. This is why they might decide to go a little bit aggro with this.
They want to get aggressive and defend these weapons, I think. But
They picked up none of the
No,
guns.
not quite. Wall up onto the high ground. Really just props up Thomasy for an easy peek. Easy kill for Yang. Autumn there. Can't quite land the shots there with a Marshall, but finally a bit of damage done to the body. 100 left, one player left standing. It's Martin.
A good eco.
Still the plant down, but this is a really difficult situation to try and win.
Still a good eco. This can be an upgrade. Yeah. There we go, hand delivery.
Surprised the Karmine Corps played that round so quickly after they got themselves into a 3v3.
Yeah, they're trying to
If they'd slowed things down,
yeah, they could have picked up the guns, I agree. They could have definitely approached this different. This is interesting that they're already trying to make sure that they feel like this isn't strong. Right, they're trying to just straight away just head over towards B and make sure that they can't do this wall smoke thing that they're doing.
We've seen a lot from these Sage teams. And you wouldn't have believed it if you only watched the first 7 rounds, but 7 in a row, straight back for FPX, means the game is tied here on ICEBOX.
He's set up now onto the bonus round. 2 players survived in a prior round here for FPX, so there's not too much danger, but guess what? The Avengers are bloody here. I mean,
damn.
The amount of players they've got
4 people close.
Position, belt not really accounted for. It's a high-low setup. They are really mopping up the rest of these players. An attempt by Life. Repositions, but just out into the open. It's all being watched for. Cheeky idea. I do respect it.
I love the idea.
Well,
but FPX take a gamble, shove 4 players in, and KC, that discipline that we were seeing from them all throughout EMEA. I think
2
that's the first
armory
round where you
buys.
really see
2
it
armory buys. This guy
exemplified
is going to
here in
want to do damage. If he can kill anyone, it's actually pretty big.
All down to 1. Looks almost impossible.
Yeah, so it's just going to be looking to do that.
Surely,
damage.
Surely here the streaks are broken. We don't see another 7 in a row for KC, right? It's not even possible.
It's really not. I mean, at that point.
You end the map 14-7?
Yeah, dusted. Maybe we get them to skirt the rules. We'll do first to 16.
FPX, though, really
saves the gun.
Shown that they're not willing to just roll over in these kind of games, especially when they're pushed. I mean, they certainly come into this one as the underdogs, but I had a chance to talk to Berlin before, these games kicked off. And I asked him, how much better do you think this version of FPX is compared to last year's? If you were following this team in 2023, okay, they looked all right. They were making it to some of the international events. Since then, they've added Life, who's up towards the top of the scoreboard for them here. He's been a big player for them.
Okay, pings over towards B. They want to go through this util.
2.5 times better.
It's very precise.
They go over this util. Maybe that earlier round where they pushed through this. This is gonna be interesting. So basically, we're not fighting this as heavy as we were anymore. It's kind of making them use a lot of util. Wall already. Yeah, and they tried to go for a fast push over towards middle, and they get absolutely wrecked. Bro, FPX are looking on top of this at the moment. K-Corp really heavy, trying to make sure that they use a lot of util to mean that they can't play close because of the wall smoke, etc. Right, trying to make sure that they don't feel confident using it. And that maybe was a step too far.
But off the back of a paranoia that was extremely optimistic.
They are so damn aggressive, though.
Bank goes in.
To take the risks, aren't they? I mean,
yeah, they are a little bit crazy in the 3v5 to do that.
In a player advantage situation where you don't need to force fights like this. It's a round winning or losing play, probably, that Ayang and Life have gone for. Karmine Corps are well and truly trapped here.
Bro, they're still going aggro.
I don't believe they know it yet.
There's no way this guy peeked, right?
Contacting together, opened at the gunplay.
And now he can peek. Now you're free to peek.
Behind them, no, not to the side, not expecting a player out towards Yellas Berlin.
Oh.
Still not cleaned up. Spike though, planted. 2 players though for them.
No way they're gonna lose this round.
How's he doing this?
There is no way they lost this round. Oh my goodness, that is such a fumble.
FPX had them cornered,
bro.
Caged up. No exits.
There's no way, dude. It's one of the worst rounds we've seen for a long time. How did they lose this? Why did we swing this in the 3v5?
Joking.
How have they done that? I mean, the first pick, lovely.
Oh, it really went bad.
Stand up now. All right, a bit of fire with these Karmine Corps players in their first time on the Big Masters stage.
timeout now. Bro, they have no timeouts. They use 2 at the 6-0 down.
Ball is made to refight. What a shot. Still aggression showcased here by Martin. His teammates are going to be there with him. Got his back live. Live?
What
You
is
see, Casey
going
have
on?
no idea that that was going to happen.
Even a possibility. Yeah, just no idea at all.
They didn't even think of that as a timing that FPX could have chosen some aggression.
Dude,
You can see how
Chinese teams
the
are
unexpected
unhinged,
nature
bro.
of how FPX players can catch teams off guard. Thus far, Martin in the last round and this has managed to bail his team out.
Berlin, knives out. No gun.
What is going on in these 2 rounds? Bro, the coach is so... The coach is like, man, I wish I had another timeout. Like, please. Please. Give me another timeout.
Fairly good.
What is going on here?
Is that he just goes down and gets a thrash on
At least this one was eco, so the risks are like fine.
So streaky. There's only 30 seconds left. I don't see how he's able to convert. And KC are going to be able to respond with 3 in a row after FPX got 7 to tie it up. Now, would you refer to this one as a back and forth game, Bren? Because technically, it's gone back, and then it went forth, and now it's going back
Read this
again.
chat, bro. It's not delayed at all.
By the technical
You're pretty much
definition.
good.
Yeah, but it really has not been competitive in the round-to-round basis.
No, no.
Very
Okay.
streaky.
Let's see. Big buy round. They get an op-out. Money's really
Tried to
low.
peek under the tube by the look of things. Would anticipate him just getting smoked off
Now
by
what?
Tamashi very early on, but we'll see.
They're still making them use a lot of util
Wow,
over towards
okay.
here. Yeah, and they go for the
Obviously
split that they
Thrash.
tried to do earlier, and they
See if they
punish
clear
middle heavy.
way into
Martinez
the main.
sent it out.
Yang.
Absolutely sent it out. I mean,
Timing could be
the
brutal.
fish was
Look,
there.
timing could be brutal. Spots the head. Magnum is racing ahead, man. Doesn't want anything to do with this. Look at him. Ducking straight into the floor, maybe anticipating a
Guys,
repeat.
not another
No, he's back in the
3v5.
way.
Don't make me
In the
lose my mind.
meantime,
Yeah, speaking about repeaks, Berlin in a player advantage situation.
They are so
again,
insane
FPX
in the
deciding to try to make
3v5s.
the play to win the
I was
round.
losing my mind yesterday when they were
Unnecessary,
playing
for
against
sure,
ecos like mad.
And Berlin does get punished for it.
Res on live for Shin. He's going to play for this
Well,
one.
the 3v5 is now turned into a
All
4v4.
good.
Yeah,
All
thankfully.
good.
Thankfully, Autumn wasn't watching that again.
There's only 45 seconds left. Walking their way over towards A. Starting to get a move on, though. What util do they have to try and clear close? They are, I think, quite scared of the prospect that life could be just in a one and done. Especially when he's playing Reyna. Does he see the head just onto belt there? Looks unlikely. Orb in his face.
30 seconds left.
Players approaching rapidly on the position. It's a double face as the orb goes down.
Only 20 seconds left here. No real utility as far as I can see for FPX to deny this one. Magnum is
Magnum.
really far behind.
Oh,
and
no.
has missed the timing.
Yeah, he has, but he's going to be making a call for his team here. Over to buy some time. Really
Oh
wide face
man,
winner eight.
back-to-back 3.
Wait a minute, he's feeling it, man.
2 big buy rounds in this
Round
half.
four, this time, Kamiko
Both
not
of them
messing around.
3v5s. Like this one wasn't as bad as the other one. It wasn't as bad as the other one, but Berlin's aggro here was lunacy.
Entirely possible for the Viper to throw that mid lineup without exposing.
I swear
any
there's a
part of their
one-way
body.
up as well. Are we going to see a
But
replay of how he
Autumn
died?
caught Tomaji at the beginning of the round. And Berlin ended up making a mistake when they were up, and it just opened the door for Narrate to take over. Narrate for Karmic Core, one of the North American imports over to EMEA, has been
Dude,
lighting
this is one of
the
those.
world
This
up.
is one of those maps
He's been looking
where you
unbelievably
know the
good.
question of
But
like
certainly one of those players
did
that
they win it or
don't
did the
quite
other
have
team
enough
like
performance
lose
to
it?
the
Man,
master
this is
stage.
FPX
Arnaud's
losing
gonna
it.
be there, and Berlin goes walkabouts again in this
Berlin.
round.
They expect it. It's happened so many times
Yeah, I mean
now.
they're just playing too aggro over here, dude. They're like Berlin is
Doubled up. I mean,
forcing
basically
it
a
so
highlight. One
much.
player crouched in front of the other.
Berlin is
Yeah, just
forcing these
waiting
rounds
for
way
aggression.
too much. I told you he's the
Very,
Chinese
very similar to
angel.
what
You
Berlin
guys
did
are
in
starting
the
to see what I'm
previous round to
saying.
lose them that player advantage situation. FPX have got to be careful. They've clearly got what it takes to be able to bring the game to Karman Corp. But this is giving me flashbacks of the finals they played in VCT, where they arguably should have beaten EDG, and they let so
they
many
should have
of those
been EDG,
advantages
yeah.
slip through their fingers. Here comes Ayan with the play again.
He's got a flash out in his hand, still gets one kill. Maybe setting up Autumn for a bit of success, but no, everybody cleaned up. Carmen Court, not even kicking with 3 of their players. Just got to try and hunt out where is life.
Kind of doable. Oh, less doable.
Not letting anything slip. Thrash there.
Bro, you gotta shoot it, man. You gotta shoot it. He tried to go for the hide.
As Core up to 12.
He tried to go for the hide. Okay, 5 chances to close this one out. Oh man, I feel a bit bad for FPX, but it is just like, it's their own fault. It really is their own fault in terms of the big rounds.
I think they shouldn't personally. Don't think we should be recording those in the stats, but
It's bringing flashbacks to yesterday though, when we were watching their VODs. Man, they just lose games from their mistakes.
Anticipating what FPX are going to go for, but for the majority, they have got this on lock. The anticipation of Berlin's push at the beginning of that round and the way they executed was immaculate. They're looking for that punish again.
I like that play.
Onto Tomaji.
Oh, Molly to break the turret. That's wait, but they don't have
this time playing a little safer.
Have a turret
doubling
on
up
their
with
comp.
Magnum as well. KC 1 round away, 5 chances of converting.
Yeah, and I feel like still, K-Corp played really well in terms of just making sure they played to the weaknesses of this comp. But man, did FPX lose some of these rounds.
Flash across from the ropes. Accurate enough to win that fight out, but Dismiss in towards the back now. Underneath for Afters, plenty more players.
It wasn't even like they, it wasn't even like the No Sentinel gave them a bad. Oh my days. Okay, maybe that sparked something. Maybe that sparked something. Let's count this one down. 5-4.
Players are trying to keep him rooted in that seat. They've well and truly failed in round 20.
Yeah.
24 kills.
I mean, he's the only player that's actually able to evade the way that KC are playing, because he can get one, get out, and pick the most awkward timings through all of their utility.
Shots.
Springs out of his seat.
Chair's gone flying, the admin's running over.
Feeling it. Definitely feeling it.
Okay, let's see. You got to do that 4 more times.
Back into the action. Carmine Core, slow and steady. It's their approach to begin. You know how aggressively.
When the K-Corp decide to just start like heavier lurking, they've been lurking a little bit. They have been lurking a little bit. We've seen mid splits. We've seen Magnum go over towards Kitchen.
Oh,
I mean, he could actually do it 4 more times in a row.
Barely a shred of Narade poking out. Still manages to catch the headshot. Magnum's 1 away from having a massive ultimate, and they're sneaking around underneath them. Life goes for the reclear.
Yeah, they go for a reclear. Magnum's done really well here. It's an important duel.
On for the 2 there. Hang drops down, dashes there. Martinez finds
The
it.
big 2-on-2. They can get a plant down. They have ult.
This could be it to seal the map. What is going to be the answer from FPX?
Don't play on your own.
Don't
play on your own.
Hoping that they can punish, but no.
This team is killing me.
And Berlin, the IGL, to 1v2. All on the line to keep his team in the map. Paranoia available. Smokes still there. Wants to walk though. Doubled up. They're dominating the position. If he chooses to just peek ever so slightly
Bro
into
has the Viper, the smoke on the spike to block the vision.
Used.
He goes for the hero play. 8 seconds for the ult to come in.
No easy fights,
Yeah,
no
man.
easy exits.
Okay, nicely done from K-Corp, but my goodness, FPX need to clean up their rounds, bro. Holy. They lost this game.
Bizarre opening to Masters Madrid, but it had